So let's start off by talking about MJF cut a promo for the crowd at Total Mortgage Arena in Bridgeport, Connecticut after Dynamite went off the air yesterday. MJF slightly broke character to praise Tony Khan, who was standing next to him in the ring, when MJF proclaimed his love for WWE as well. This shit is not bullshit, or this shit is not ballet. Every time we get in this ring, we are risking our lives. Do you people understand that? We don't take that lightly. And what I damn should never take lightly is somebody coming into my company, dropping their trousers and taking a dump. That shit ain't happening anymore, because this is the place, and the only reason is it's here is because Tony Khan. Without AEW, professional wrestling is a monopoly. And don't get me wrong, I do love WWE. Trust me, I love WWE. However, hear me out. Your favorite wrestlers don't get paid properly and don't eat properly unless Tony Khan makes this an alternative. This is genius. I mean, this is hedging your bet on all sides. This is coming out and telling the boss, I appreciate you, giving him his flowers, letting everybody kind of stand there in admiration. And the story going forward will be MJF loves Tony Khan, he loves AEW. But the other side of that story is, y'all see what MJF is doing here, right? MJF is just laying the groundwork right now for the biggest professional payday in pro wrestling for somebody of his stature and somebody of his work level. He by coming out and making sure that WWE felt love too and AEW felt love too, he's just playing both sides. He's leveraging, he's ready for the bidding war of 2024. He's bolstering just beautiful comments to the current boss, compliments, feeding the ego of Tony Khan, all while saying, I love WWE. I'm not telling you guys that I'm here and I'm staying. I love WWE as well. We are in, guys. We are in for a wild 2024. Because I truly don't believe that MJF has signed an extension with AEW. I believe if he did, that they would book him a little differently. He would talk a little differently. And you would have to believe that he went on Ariel Helwani and just straight up lied to him when he told him, I renegotiated my contract, but I did not sign an extension in time. I literally think MJF knows how big of a deal he is going to be, and that both sides are going to be extremely interesting, and that will skyrocket his ability to make money. Why would you re-sign terms with AEW and sign for more time without at least giving WWE opportunity to drive that price way up, right? It's a precarious situation here for Tony Khan. Because we have to assume right now, all people are pointing to the fact that at Full Gear, it's time to put the strap on MJF. MJF's your champion, and he will probably carry it for a while. And 2023 is going to be a big year for MJF if he holds that belt at least 50% of the year, which I think he fully can. And if the AEW ratings go up while MJF is champion, which I assume they're going to, because I think he is a more casual wrestling friendly champion. I think more people will tune in for MJF just because of the newness, the excitement, to see what he has to say week in and week out. It will be similar to the run of CM Punk during 2011, the summer of Punk and all those things, where he may not be the biggest star in AEW, but he might be the most interesting star in AEW. And if those ratings go up, like I said, which I assume they will, he kind of grabs AEW and Tony Khan by the balls. Because at that point, if he has a huge 2023, you can't let him walk out of the company, right? By the end of 2023, if their ratings are up and he looks like the franchise player, you can't let him walk out of the company. But hold on a minute. Because you don't think that going into that bidding war, that WWE's not going to have something to say, that WWE's not going to make a play for MJF, if for no other reason than to just drive the price up on Tony Khan, right? You could bet your ass right now that Fox and NBC have had conversations with WWF, watching the old in review, with WWE, and telling them, basically, you need to be in play for this guy. This guy is money. This guy is television ratings, and we need to go all in on this guy. And here's bold prediction time from me. Bold prediction time from Notorious Nerdy D. If it's January of 2024, WWE is going to step up to the negotiating table and they're going to lay it out like this. They're going to tell MJF, we have an opportunity for you at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. That means you immediately come over to this side. You come over to this company and we immediately have a championship opportunity for you in the main event of WrestleMania 40. The story's written. We know exactly what we're going to do with you from Royal Rumble. You'll surprise entrant at Royal Rumble. You'll main event WrestleMania. You'll win the title, and you'll begin your WWE career basically with a rocket attached to your ass. Maybe we'll put you in a match with someone like Kevin Owens, someone that you guys will blow the building off of the roof. But that prediction time is that's what WWE is bringing to the table. And that may not mean as much right now, but deep down inside, I think there's a WWE dream that lives inside of MJF. It's deep, it's very deep in there, and it's hidden kind of around the corner from the part of MJF that wants the money and the admiration. But deep down in there's a little kid that exists that still knows that's the top of the mountain. You don't get higher than that. You could be the biggest thing in AEW and you're still not the WWE WrestleMania main event. And unless Tony Khan steps up at that point in January and goes, we're just going to back the truck up. Just while you name the number, you tell me how much money you want. We're going to go dip into Daddy's Jaguar fund. We're going to go dip into the Jacksonville Jaguar money fund. We're going to back up this truck for you. And whatever it takes to keep you from going to WWE, that's, you name that number, we back that truck up. And I still don't know if that's enough to stop that dream that lives inside a little boy MJF that says, I want a main event WrestleMania. I think Tony Khan is going to have to pay MJF north of $10 million a year to keep him in AEW, and that's astronomical, guys. Jon Moxley, the guy who's basically carrying the company most of the time, makes about $6 million a year. These are alleged contract numbers that I found online. Roman Reigns is making about $10 million a year. I think that if this all goes to plan, if MJF has a solid run in 2023, 10 million's the number. The Roman Reigns is the mark for MJF. That's the number he's going to be looking at. I don't think he gets the Brock Lesnar, John Cena legacy numbers of like where you hear these contracts that are north of $10 million a year. But I think he gets placed into that $10 million range, which places him in the top level of professional wrestling stars. I think AEW offers him 10. I think WWE may come in and offer him 7 to 8 million to place him kind of in line with what's going on. That's like a Seth Rollins type number. They pay him $7 to $8 million. Unless Fox kind of doubles down and says, go all in, offer the 10, get this guy on our roster. But I think they offer slightly less, like 8 million, but they also say we have a roadmap laid out for you that looks phenomenal. And the problem is coming out of 2023. If he drops that title, maybe he keeps it all year. Maybe they go with a long title run. But if he drops that title, he's got to imagine that he doesn't stay in the front of the line for another AEW title run. So this is a precarious situation for Tony Khan because WWE can offer a new shiny belt, a new opportunity to headline WrestleMania, a lot of money and a lot of new talent to work with in a very professional atmosphere. I'm telling you guys, you have to pay attention. There's a real possibility that MJF can end up that, like, I can lay out a roadmap. I can make solid arguments for the fact that MJF will end up in WWE in 2024. I think that it just all signs point to it for me. And a lot of people will hang on. Like, a lot of people are going to hang on to how well he carries the AEW belt. But I don't know how much that matters. I think that just builds his stock. But Tony Khan it's going to take an astronomical. It has to be a number that MJF goes, I'd be stupid not to take this money. That's the difference the contracts have to be. I mean, it's got to be probably $3 or $4 million more than what WWE offers, because WWE offers opportunity outside of wrestling as well. So you have to factor all of that into when somebody's making a decision on their contract.